श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Hari Om, Namaskar to everyone. Om Bhadran Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मन एव मनुष्याणां कारणं बन्धमोक्षयोः। Are you convinced? All of us? Now, since the question is related and I was going to mention, it's very nice that you anticipate what I'm going to say and you ask a question. Shows that you are tuned up. Now, who created the earth? I don't know is a good answer, okay? Did you create it? That much we know? No. Did your mind create the earth? Yesterday what I said, we have to understand exactly what I said. Did your mind create the world? Then what happened? Was the world there when your mind did not have an experience of the world? What I mentioned was that it's not that you created the world, but you experienced the world in your mind. Is that clear? All experience. That's why I said your life is lived in your mind. That's what I meant. Remember I asked you a question, did you create the problems in Somalia? Definitely you will say no. So did you create? So what did we create? See, we got the experience of the world and our entire experience of the world is lived in whose mind? My mind. That's a fact. So Vedanta explains this in this way, this concept, that there is a God created world and there is a man created world. So do we also create? Yes, we create. Oh, we are experts. We are so adept at creating, we can create in seconds. Who? Our mind. Now, What is this? I told you, you have to keep something else if you find this as boring. What is this? What am I going to say? What am I going to say when I see this? My pen, right? So, this was not created by you, this was not created by me, but my part was created by who? Me. You get the point? So, did I create in 1 second, or how much time it took me to create this mind? You're getting the point? Mind. So, there is one part which is what? Who created? Does that world cause a problem? Not really. But in that world, that other world that we create, and what is that world? Raga, Dvesha, that is what they say. Asakti, all these attachments and all of that. Sankalpa, Kama, that is God created or our created? Please tell me. We create. And as I said, now like Sankalpa, how do we create? It just comes, just happens. Raga, Dvesha also, you tell anyone, you remember yesterday Guruji saying, don't look at the world, guna dosha. But can we prevent it? Please tell me. You ate your food last night. What did we immediately? Oh, very nice. Did you or did you not say? Or whatever experience you had. I don't know what experience you had, but I'm just saying. You had whatever, immediately say, oh, this is good, this is good. And we encourage this all our life. Do we or do we not? In fact, I go to people who are above 40 years of age. Remember, and majority of course, the very few are. So, remember a time when you were kids, did you choose your clothes or they were put on you till at least 7 years of age? Come on. Did you choose? Now 2-year-old we will say, Beta, you want to wear this or you want to wear this? Then the child says, I want to wear this only. And then we say, very proudly the parents and the grandparents say, oh, he has a mind of his own. Oh my God. Where the problem is only. So from that, we encourage, you like this, I don't like this, okay, you like this, we only put this idea, you have to like this, I don't want this, I don't like this, immediately. And then when they become old and then they listen to Vedanta, if at all, then we say, Raga, Dvesha is problem, vareva. Don't we say that? Problem, what is the impurity of the mind? We said, no, Shuddha Mana, Shuddha Mana. What is the impurity? Raga, Dvesha. And how so when we say, it's very nice to listen to the fact that, oh, there should not be guna and dosha, but we have practiced it for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years of our life. So how do we look at the world? Bolo. Is it true or not? With guna dosha. Look at it. And then what we call that? That only is called what? Ashuddhi. We are unable to see this as God's creation and all of that. We are only seeing it as what? Anything we look, there is always a stamp of what? Raga, Dvesha. And then with that, it's not just Raga, Dvesha. There's a whole what? Range of things after that. Kama Sankalpa is there, that is not still end. Then what? If I get something, Lobha, don't get it, Krodha, someone else gets it, Irsha. And I get a lot of it, but Mother, is it true or not? So hold it, and remember, this doesn't happen like, okay, now Raga, then what? It's so silent. Our minds are they or are they not? Interestingly, they're all Mahapurushas. When I say I include myself, all of us, okay, I'm not sitting above anyone for anything. See, when do we start feeling any thought is a problem? We encourage Raga Dvesha, even when anger or something comes, we feel righteous about it. Only when it gets out of hand, we call it a problem. Is it a fact or not? Please tell me. We say he has got an anger problem. When it is already what? Out of, till that time within us, inside us, all these things are all simmering happily, unconsciously, very softly, it's happening. Is it a fact or not? We never see a thing purely as it is, as God created. Immediate, as soon as we see it, that our creation part comes in. That is called Jiva Srishti. One is Ishwar Srishti. However, what the text is saying is that what is the causing the problem? God's creation is not the cause of the problem. What is the cause of the problem? And yesterday what I proved is that every experience of yours, whether Ishwar created or Jiva created, is experienced where? Whose mind? Full stop. Person in coma, what experience? Isn't it? So this is mana eva. So now what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? So here it is said, the next. See, most of us, we want what is called temporary solution to all problems. Is it true or not? We want a temporary. I'm hungry, I want food. Yeah, I want something. It's a very interesting story. One, two shishyas of two different gurus met together. And naturally we love our guru. No. So he says, my guru is very great. Okay, what about your guru? Saying, when I went, I had a headache, and he touched me, and what happened? Headache? So the other shishya said, my guru is greater. When I went there, what happened? And he touched me. My identification with my head and body went. Now what happens? My headache goes, it will come back tomorrow or some other time. But when my identification goes away, what happens? It's gone. You get this beautiful thing? So, if I want a permanent solution, next shloka is for me. If I want a temporary solution, then do so many other things. Anger management, count till 10. You understand? All those other different, how many different things are there? But if I want a permanent solution, then they said, Yato nirvishayasyasya manaso muktirishyate ato nirvishayam nityam manakaryam mumukshuna. We'll read the next two verses as well. Nirasta vishaya sangam sanniruddham manohridi yada yatmano bhavam tada tatparamam padam tavadeva nirodhavyam yavat hritigatam kshayam etad jnanam cha dhyanam cha shesho nyayascha vistarah. Now, we will first see some temporary measures to get rid of our what? We'll see the cause of all these. So whenever there's some problem, it could be anything, could be anger, you sense it, you understand that, oh my God, this is a problem for me. So what are the typical things we do in our mind? It could be attachment, it could be anger, it could be jealousy, which you have recognized. Most of the time, we don't recognize, and if at all it comes up, we don't accept it. We first go into denial. Fact, please tell me. No, it is not a problem to me. That's how a lot of addictions happen. The first thing that happens is what? Are you all aware of that? You have to keep nodding. No. It's controlled. It's not a. Nowadays, net addiction is more common than the other ones. No, I can stop whenever. But what happens? Is it a fact or not? Come on. Many of us sitting here could be net addicts. We think we can stop. No, it's controlled. It's not really a problem. It's actually. But fact is what? What? So we are in, first of all, we have to understand, no, it's become a compulsion and therefore it is a problem. Is it okay? So first thing that happens is what? Denial. Or escape from it. Denial form of escape. Yes, no. You don't want to face this fact itself. This thought itself we don't want in our mind. We'll escape. We'll say, no, this something is there. I'm not talking just net addiction, anything. We want to escape. A problem comes, the first thing we, what? And I'm not talking about outside only, I'm talking about inside problems. So my mind is full, tense and worry and all that is so much. So what do? So if I drink, what will happen? That problem is temporarily out. So escape from that problem. Next morning again, 2 problems. That original problem plus hangover, or headache or whatever. You get it? So first is what? Denial. Then we go into what? Escape. And not only, many times not just for the so-called not good things. Even the so-called good things also, we have notions about ourselves. Please remember, this is a very interesting thing that happens. About ourselves also we have notions which are completely false sometimes. These are all created by the mind only. Now, I'll give an example. I felt I was very creative. Okay? So I asked myself this honest question, when did I last do something creative? So truly creative. Then I realized, last 6 months I have not done anything really creative. And then I am calling myself still. Yes, at a point of time when I was doing a lot of new things, I was creative. And right now what is it? But what do I feel about myself? Come on. You get this point? All of us took these type of things. So we have all sorts of notions about ourselves. These are all are created. So many. Self-image is there. We have superiorities, inferiorities, prejudice. Is it true or not? Do we recognize we are in denial? As I say, we don't want to call a spade a spade. See, outside don't do whatever it is. As far as a spiritual seeker is concerned, you fool the world outside is not a big problem. I'm not saying go around doing it, otherwise you'll misunderstand me. That's not a big problem. You fool yourself is a bigger problem. Okay? Remember this. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Outside it's okay, but inside you have to be brutally honest. Okay, this is it. So now, first is what? Denial. Then what? Escape. Then the other is justification. Oh my God. Are we experts at that? Yes. I got angry because. The minute you say because means khatam, you'll never get out of it. Because she said this, so I got angry. If she had not said, I would not have got angry. Is it true or not? So that means what? My anger is because you see, and it happens what? Does it take time? My whole thing is, does this all take time? Not just, this happened immediately. So you justify and then you blame. Typical things. One is justification. This so meaning it is valid. This being like that is valid. Anyone in my place, and if you tell that person, no, this happened, anyone in my place also will feel the same thing. Agreed. How many of times you have said these things? It's not just me. You see, anyone else in my place would also feel. So justify. Then what? Blame. Interesting, na? How the world, not our mind works. See, if we want to really deal with it now, first we have to know it, then we can deal with it. Agreed? Can I deal with an unknown entity? By the way, do you know there are 4 aspects of our mind? Very interesting it is. One part of the mind that we also know and everyone else knows. Suppose a person is a really angry person, then that person also knows I am angry, and neighbors also know they are angry. You forget about the family, everyone knows. Then there is one aspect of the mind that we know but others don't know. All of us, I am telling no exception, at some time or the other is saying, no one really understands me. Have you said that? I am actually a very shy person. I look like that, but I am inside. So who knows that? In fact, sometimes so many people, my husband also doesn't understand me, my wife also doesn't understand me. 25 years we are married, still everyone's experience. Come on. You have to tell me you are my teachers for all these things. You understand? So one part that, who understands? I understand, but others don't know. There is a third part of it that others know and we don't know. That is a more interesting one. Everyone says, this person is like that. But that person, you ask that person, never, I never lie. But you are proved to lie so many times. I never. They don't even know. It's not even this. Subconsciously doing sometimes. Hota hai ki nahi? And then the fourth part, neither others know nor we know. So all of some thought comes and you say, what? And you person will look very meek and docile and nice and all. And then some violent thought, I want to destroy, I want to hear. And you get so scared, what happened to me? Agreed. So therefore, once I know the mind, I can deal with it. It's the first thing. So I must understand what's happening inside. So one is what? Denial. Other is escape. Third is justification. Fourth is blaming. And the fifth thing that happens is too much of personality, being too close to it. Identification. See, supposing many times it happens, we say something, then you take it so personal, you identify. See, I am angry, full stop. But then if supposing, has it not happened to you, all of us? Supposing you are angry, you have got angry and someone tells, oh, you are getting angry. Don't tell me I am angry, I am not angry. And you are actually speaking what? In a angry tone. I am not angry. So what happens is identification. Here what you are doing, you don't want to accept. You've identified so closely with the mind that you don't want to accept it. Because it's so close to us. The mind is what we think we are. We think I am the mind, and therefore what happens? That identification. So anything that's the mind is me. And you don't want anything which is negative. So what happens? You go, that's no. So identification. Something is said somewhere, they will say, oh, you were targeting me only. Have you had this happening? Someone was saying something to someone for some reason. And what will you say? What will you say? I know you referenced to me only. You gave this only. But I was not. I didn't know you were there. No. So what happens? Sort of. So all this prevents us from what J. Krishnamurti calls it beautifully, choiceless awareness. What is it? To be able to see it as it is and accept it. But this is there. What we should do is, I am angry, full stop. Not I am angry, comma. Or I am angry, question mark. Or something like that. I am angry. Or whatever X, Y, Z, whatever is there. Then what happens? I'll be able to deal with it. I'll be able to understand it better, and because then you know, okay, like you, I see something else, I can see this. So I said, okay, anger is coming, or it has come, I am angry, right now don't speak anything, give it 5 minutes, whatever, X, Y, Z solution. But this is Vedanta. So what does Vedanta say? Nirvishayam. Make your mind nirvishayam. Nirvishayam means what? Make your mind objectless. Subject plus object is equal to mind. So what do? Formula is very simple. What? Subject minus object is equal to subject alone. Nirvishayam manaha krutva. Swamiji, formulas are very good, but how is it to be done? Formula is very good. And therefore the word uses mumukshunam. Remember, only if you are a mumukshu will you want to do this. Mumukshunam. What is a mumukshu? See, all of us are mumukshus in one sense. No one wants limitations, no one wants sorrows. But we don't want our limitations to end once and for all. We do not say enough is enough. We say little more, no problem. Or after some time, no problem. I want moksha now, or I actually want. See, if we become mumukshus, true mumukshus, then we will become sadhaks also. You understand? Then we will want to do something about it. The stage of sadhak means what? You want to do something about it, then you become a sadhak from a mukshu. Okay? You want to do. Till that time it is just, I don't want this, I don't want. See, there are two things. I don't want sorrow and I want positive, what? Joy as well. Right? Are they two different things or are they the same? See, these are things, whenever I ask questions, note down my questions, forget about the answers. Because these are things that will make you actually think. And do I want to just get rid of the sorrow or do I want positive happiness in life? Is it the same thing or is it different? Many times I will ask questions and not answer. Why? Because I truly believe that questions are more important than answers. What do you mean by that? The minute I give you an answer, your mind stops working, which is the worst thing that you can do to someone. Are you understanding? Bolo. And we are very lazy. We want what? Tell me, na? Then I will stop thinking. I know this sounds like this, but I truly believe, because questions will make you what? More mananatmak. You will actually then continue. Yeah? The minute I say something, you will go to the next thing. Okay, fine. Yeah? So here it is said what? How do I get rid of everything? So then this very beautiful. Can you underline in the 4th and 5th verse we have, no? Etad jnanam cha dhyanam cha. This part you just underline. So what is meditation now? This is given. How do we get rid of this? How do we make our mind completely nirvishayam? Mukti rishyate, that is called liberation. You're completely free from the bondage of your mind. How is that done? So here it is said, nirasta vishaya sangha, detaching from your mind from everything, and then sanniruddham manorudhi. So meditation happens in what? Withdrawing from the outside and what? Putting your mind inside. Can we do a little exercise, everyone? You have to be all ready and all, huh? Yes? No. When I tell you to do something, just do it. Okay. I'm not going to make you do anything, which is embarrassing or anything. Okay? Where is your leg? Keep showing me. Everyone, please show. Where is your leg? Leg. Where is your nose? Okay. Where is your hand? Where is your head? Where is your mind? Most of you pointed here. Is it true or not? Most of you pointed where? Where's your intellect? Where's your thinking happening? Show me. Don't just this. Where's your thinking happening? Where are you? See this? Where is your thinking? Where is your this? Where are you? Interesting. As though mind and your I is different. Is it different? Yes. What a great knowledge. See, where's your thinking happening? You yourself said. So you are knowing that thinking is happening here, I am here. अरे क्या ब्रह्म ज्ञान हो गया कि नहीं हुआ? I am thinking, but I am thinking. If I had asked in one sentence only, you would say what? I am thinking. क्या बात है? Now what we are saying, what is this Vedanta? You put this here. What? Interesting, na? What? Put this. That is called Etad Jnanam. Yada, when you can do this, Sanniruddham. Sanniruddham means completely all the thoughts, just keep them here. Hridi. Then what will happen? Atmanaha bhavam. You will attain what? Atma bhava. What will happen? All the thoughts will merge into Atma. Tada tat paramam padam. You have reached the ultimate supreme abode. So what do you have to do? Kya baat? This is called meditation. Etad jnanam cha dhyanam cha. That is called jnanam, that is called dhyanam. Dhyana means meditation. What is meditation? Withdrawing from the outside. What are you supposed to withdraw from the outside? The mind. Other things, of course, eyes, of course, but the eyes by themselves are doing nothing. Is it true or not? Even if your eyes are open, which all of yours, I believe the eyes are open, but if your mind is somewhere else, you are listening to nothing. Agreed? And ears for everyone is anyway open, but still everyone is not listening. Fact or not? So if the mind is there, so actually what are you supposed to do? You say withdraw, withdraw, withdraw. So what are you supposed to do? Withdraw the mind only. And because the eyes, through the eyes, your mind will go out. So what do? Close your eyes. You get the point. Meditation, why do we say close your eyes? So everyone. Closing eyes is not meditation. Do you get that? Because many times closing eyes, the minute your person sits like that, no, he's meditating. Hare Bhagwan knows what's happening inside. You understand? So this is only to prevent the mind from going out. That's all. Nothing else it does. Right? Meditation is what? To what? Mind has to be put it. Hridi. Hridi means where? Now again, the Hridi is where? When we say here, this is the physical part, but actually where? In the I. Hridi means I. I told you, where are you? I am here. So we said I. So wherever is this I, you have to put it in that. How do you put your mind in your I? See, each thing, it's very easy to say. All of you, when you listen, you all nod also, but you actually never ask these questions. How do you put your mind in your I? Now again you are waiting for an answer. See this? Now you have to think that time. How do I put the mind in my I? Think for yourself. How do I put my mind in my I? Now understand, this is whose I? My I. Okay? Is it anywhere else outside? No. Where is it? Right here. Okay? So I don't have to wait, I don't know, I can't this, I don't have meditation mat, so I can't meditate. Is it possible? No. You have your I with you, everyone. Has it gone anywhere? Gone for a walk? Everyone's got that. Do you have a mind also? Everyone. So now you're ready for, because whatever you need for meditation, you've got it. Very clear? Many times, I don't know. I don't know. No, you have everything with you. Now you have knowledge also. What to do? What are you supposed to do? Put the what? Withdraw the mind and put it in the mind. How do you do this? What is this? Withdraw the mind and put it. Physically, I can show like that and all that. All gestures I can do. But actually, what happens inside? Swamiji, you don't know what all happens inside. You have no idea what all happens inside. What are you supposed to do? Very, very simple thing. Where do you experience your I? So you will say, it's not here you experience I, this is a physical part. In the mind only, I. Ask yourself, when? I. Who is this I? What is this I? What is this feeling of I? Is it a feeling? Is it a thought? Ask. Now what happens, unfortunately, this is 99% of us do this sort of a thing. Whatever is heard answers na is what we repeat. That is why you would have heard hundreds of books, so many lectures, attended so much. So heard answers are quite useless for Vedanta. Is it okay? That doesn't mean you don't hear. But when you want to do your meditation, no heard answer should be there. You say, where is I? You find out, where is this I? You will say what? Someone, Ramana Maharshi. Immediately I said, who am I? Immediately in your mind, Ramana Maharshi came. Yes or no? Please say yes or no. Why? Why should Ramana Maharshi have come? What has Ramana Maharshi to do with your I? But immediately heard knowledge comes. Immediately. And the more you have heard, what? That's why sometimes it's a problem. Immediately, if I start quoting, you will finish my quote. Is it true or not? I say, mana eva manushyanam. This is exactly what we do even in meditation. We only repeat things we have heard, we never meditate. Fact or not? Mano buddhi ahankar. You have already started saying the next. I'm telling you, we have no idea. And then what happens is we say, no, I am doing my sadhana. But what is actually happening inside? Okay, everyone. I'm not going to make you feel bad. What you're doing itself, you have to just realize that. The minute you realize that, what happens? You start dropping it. You say, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not it. Immediately it starts what? All the useless things start. It will drop. See, the beauty of the mind is that the minute it sees it's got its Satya Pakshapati. Remember that intellect of ours is Satya. The minute it sees some gadbad, it'll say, yes, this is not it. This is not it. Your mind will tell you. You don't have to go outside. You have heard enough. Now what you need to do is, what? Do it. Let's just do it. There's some song like that. There is a Adidas, no? Just do it, okay. Very good. I love those slogans. Just do it. And that one also, which is the right. What a powerful, what a fantastic logo. Anyway, that's by the way. So, nirasta vishaya sangaha. Sanniruddhva manohrudi. Yada ayati atmano bhavam tada tat paramam padam. Tavat. Now, till when do I have to practice this? What? Yavat tavadeva nirodham. Till when? Yavat hriti gatam kshayam. When the mind actually settles down in what? Then, this is not knowledge. This. Now, see, when you sit for meditation, here this is meditation. Jnanam cha dhyanam. Now, I wanted you to underline is what? Dhyanam is equal to jnanam. That is etad jnanam cha dhyanam cha. You have to understand that. Now, when you initially sit, what will happen? The mind will go 100 places, right? It will or will it not? Yes. So what are we going to do? Slowly help to get the mind. How do we do that? One of the things, see, these are all powerful exercises. You have to understand, there is a very close relation between the body and the mind. The more still the body, the more still the mind. Okay? There is a close relation. So the first practice should be what? What? Stilling the body. when we went and attended the Vedanta course, when I was in the Vedanta course, Guruji only gave one instruction for meditation for full 1 year. Every day he used to make us sit and he'll say, keep the body still. And naturally, we made because it was 10-minute meditation session, so we would ask him what to do. He says, no, keep the body still. He said, yes, after that what? He said, keep the body still. So I understood at that point of time the importance of what? What? Keeping the body still. Because the minute the body becomes still, what happens? The mind becomes still. To that extent, not completely, but to an extent. So, body. Then what happens? And you keep watching your breath. Again, the mind becomes subtler and subtler. Again, nirodhavyam. You understand? There are so many different techniques by which slowly and slowly the mind becomes in your hand. You know, there is one of the very, very powerful exercises, but that again takes time. It doesn't happen immediately. First, all these little grosser exercises have to be done, and then you can go. Yesterday, as I explained to you, when a child is doing a lot of mischief, just keep looking at it. Similar to the mind. When it's going haywire here and there, don't participate with it. Just say, okay, fine. Mind is going anywhere, let it go. And if you can start doing that thing with each mind, as the thought comes, just drop it. Don't allow it to go to the meaning, that connection between the two thoughts, don't allow it to happen. The thought will come and it will go by itself. You don't have to push it. And you don't have to bring the next thought. What a wonderful thing. What will happen is the thought will just go. When it goes, don't do anything. Just be there. Drop it. So this dropping part, if you start doing now, you will realize the mind becomes what? Try. But this, as I said, after all the class, what happens? We want straight away. And I tell you, people have some funny notions of meditation. When we go for lectures here and there, they'll say, Swamiji, you do meditation. 10 minutes, we do meditation and then we will go to office. You think this person will be ever able to meditate? Bolo. Why? Because he's already said 10 minutes mein kya karna hai? Bolo. So, when I'm sitting, supposing as I'm this, it becomes 15-20 minutes. What will happen to that poor man? Meditation. So when you sit for meditation, there's a lot of things that are involved in this. So when the mind goes ayati atmano bhavam, then what? Tad jnanam cha dhyanam cha. And then the other part is shesho nyayascha vistara. Please underline that as well. The rest is only vistara. Vistara means just the play or the elaboration of logic. Now, logic has a very important role in Vedanta. Why? Because you and I are all logical thinkers. We are educated people. We have learned how to think logically from the school, in the colleges, etc., etc., etc. Is it a fact or not? Yes. Can you give up logic? You can't. You'll keep asking why, how, what. See, many times, what happens? We all, understanding your mind is the way you have to do the sadhana. Many times say, bhakti is so easy, we don't have to this. But you have to be of that type of a mind. I'll give an example. I would ask question, typically, modern education and all that. I would ask my mother, why do we do that? Then I said, give me the logic, give me the reason. So she would very simply say, look, I don't know. You people are all expert in all this thing. I can't argue with you. I can't give you any logic, but I know I am right. Very interesting. I know I am right. So we would say, no. How can you just take for what? Granted and just say. So we would say, your conclusion is wrong. Why? Because there is no logic. Then I studied Vedanta. What did I realize? She was right. You understand? So I got all my logic and came to the conclusion what? That she was right. But could I have accepted that at that time? No. We have to understand that. So when we say no, 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 just like, because your mind will not be able to do it. So we must understand our mind, get your logic right, but then at the right time be able to drop the. Now, logic is a two-sided sword. Yoga Vasishtha, I mean this Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutras very clearly say that it is what? Tarka apratishtaha. You can prove something this way or that way with logic. If a person is very powerful in their thinking, they can prove there is no God. It's possible logically to prove. And you and I will not be able to give an answer because their logic is so strong. But at the end, what will you say? You may say whatever, but I know. Will you say that now or not? Now you've reached a stage where you will be able to say exactly like my mother. What? I know. You may say logically, but I. It so actually happened to me. Years back, I was posted in Ahmedabad, and we had one person from a particular sampradaya, very powerful speaker, unbelievably powerful speaker. And he believed in the Dvaita philosophy. Okay? I had no idea. I was like new to the whole thing, and all. Someone said he's a very good this, and he's famous, he's this and all that, and he's going to come to a mission devotee's house and all. Why can't we ask him for having satsang in the ashram? Because he's so famous person. I said, okay, fine. No idea what was happening. So he came, and I have been teaching them Vedanta for 6 months almost that time. And he came one lecture, and he destroyed all their belief in Advaita Vedanta. And he believed in Dvaita. They were all convinced. I said, "Ye kya ho gaya re? What is happening now?" So much effort I put trying to put this Vedanta samskars into them, and then at the end of it, I was not worried so much about that. Later on, I had to have bhiksha in the house of that devotee. Both of us were invited. I was also invited, he was also there. So when both of us were sitting there, and he started this, he was dead against Shankaracharya for God knows what reason. So anyway, so he started this conversation, trying to argue with me, and I knew his logic was much superior to me. See, one is the logic part and the other is sadhana. He had done a lot of sadhana. Sadhana bal is very powerful. Remember, if Ramanujacharya came in front of you, you would become a Ramanujacharya bhakta. Simple. Nothing will prevent you from that. You understand that? Because they were all such bhaktas. Bhagwan used to walk with them, talk with them, etc. Abhi hamari kahan ye? You get the point. So many times we dismiss, this one said this and Sankhya says this and Yoga says that. Because the Sankhya, the original Acharya of Sankhya is not in front of you. Therefore you are dismissing. You are getting the point. I always say, we are all Mahapurushas. I got this experience. He said this. So he came to me and he started this conversation in the house of the place where we were having bhiksha. He started this conversation saying, now you prove this and all. And I knew that I will not be able to prove anything in front of him. Sadhana bal. Wow, what sadhana he has done. Unbelievable sadhana. I am a small little nothing in front of him. And another thing is what? His tarka bala. So I said, look, let us not get into it. Because at the end of the day, everything you will do, you will never be able to change my nishtha in Advaita Vedanta. I am now a gone case. I am an Advaita Vedanta. Logic or no logic, I know this is the truth, full stop. So why waste your breath? Because you will never be able to convince me. So why waste your, and he was very humorous, very lovely person, very, very lovely person. Both of us had a good laugh and we had our food. You understand? So, what is said? Shesho Nyayas. You understand logic? Many times we use logic as a tool to prove what we already believe in. That is not the way. Logic has to be used to come to a conclusion and not to prove your preconceived ideas or notions. Is that okay? For example, you have all your children. They don't want to go to the temple. So what will they say? God is everywhere. Can you argue with that argument? No, it is everywhere. So why he is there also, he is there also. Why should I go to the temple? And most parents said, yes, abhi ab kya bol sakte hain? Now, he is using this argument because he doesn't want to go. So this preconceived notion that I don't want to go, he is using logic to got this. a lot of times we do the same thing. We have to become aware we are doing that. Once we catch ourselves that how we are using logic for what? The wrong thing. Sometimes wrong logic, right logic, but in the wrong time. This is what Arjuna did. The first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, he is giving a big philosophy. Actually, it's called Arjun Gita also. Why? He is teaching Bhagwan Krishna why there should be no war. It is very nice logic. But only problem is he is giving it in the battlefield when the war is already declared. That is the only problem. You are understanding? So logic is you have to be careful about it. Yes, we will have to use logic. Why? Because we are all intellectual. So we can't say no, dismiss logic and all that. No, we are not like that. If we were like that, we would not be Vedanta students. Agreed. But remember, etad jnanam cha dhyanam shesho nyayascha vistarha. Don't get caught up in the web of logic. Sometimes you will not be able to come out of it also. So be extreme. All of us have to be very careful about it. Okay. Now, this is a beautiful verse. So these are actually, this whole Upanishad is full of master strokes. One verse is, Gujarati, ek thi ek chadhya to. One is, greater than the other. Now let's read this next verse and let's try to take a glimpse at it. Naiva chintyam na chintyam na cha chintyam.
Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam.
Na chintyam chintyameva tat.
Na chintyam chintyameva tat.
Pakshapata vinirmuktam.
Pakshapata vinirmuktam.
Brahma sampadyate tada.
Brahma sampadyate tada. Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam. Na chintyam chintyameva tat. Pakshapata vinirmuktam. Brahma sampadyate tada.
क्या श्लोक है? न एव चिंत्यम. What this Atma, na eva chintyam, cannot be thought of. But na cha achintyam, but it is not that it cannot be thought of. Na chintyam, you can't think of it, but chintyam eva tata, but you should think about it. What is wrong with this rishi? He is high on Atma. You see, such statements come from a very high level. Then he says, Pakshapata vinirmuktam. When the mind becomes what? Pakshapata vinirmuktam. Completely free of all pakshapat. Brahma sampadyate tada. That is when you attain Brahma. Can you mark this as an interesting and important shloka? Na chintyam, but chintyam. Now, how should we think about Brahma? Can you think about Brahma? Can Brahma, Atma, Brahma same, become an object of thinking? This is herd knowledge talking. You see, immediately our herd knowledge comes. Can you think? Can you objectify Atma? Then, how do you put your mind in Atma? Because mind in Atma means what? You have to think of Atma, no? That's how the mind will become in Atma, right? Mano, Hrudi, right? So the mind has to think about Atma. Now you say you can't think about Atma, but you are again telling us to what? Think about Atma. What is wrong? Are you confused? Good. Okay. Now, what is in my hand? What is in my hand? Come on. It is actually you don't know, because I could have done something here and okay, you don't know. What is in my hand? You understand? So, now, I don't know, where was this? It was a thought in your mind? Right. So, where does ignorance of Atma exist? Huh? Where does ignorance of Atma exist? Please tell me. In your stomach, in your leg, where does it exist? Whose mind? So where does knowledge have to happen? In the mind or not in the mind? You understand, it's very, very important. Can you note this point? What? Ignorance exists where? Atma Agnan exists where? Bolo. In Atma? Does Atma Agnan exist in Atma? Ignorance of Atma exists where? As what does ignorance, for people who are with a little, those who have heard a lot of Vedanta, this point it is established, but for others, I'll just revise this point. In this world, there are two types of achievements. One is apraptasya prapti, meaning things I don't have and I want and I get. For that, there are two steps. For example, right now I am in the ashram. Now I want to go to Chennai. So what happens? First, I must know how to get there, and then I must just do what is required. If I just know, it's not enough. Do you agree with me? Doing come first or knowing come first? Knowing and then doing. If I know the right thing and I do the right thing, I will attain. When a person is not married, she's called Miss so and so. She wants to become Mrs. I have no idea. From one, you're only missing one thing, and now you want to become what? Miss a lot more. You want to become Mrs. So now from Miss, you want to become what? Mrs. Now how do you do? It's a status different, no? You are now Miss, and then you want to become Mrs. It's a different status. How do you go about it? Swamiji, nowadays there's one way, shadi.com. Okay, fine. So you know all the things of shadi.com, you do this. So you, and just that is not enough. Then actual marriage also has to happen, right? I'm told nowadays virtual marriages happen. Anyway, let's not get into it. So what happens now from Miss to Mrs.? Knowing and doing. It's not attained now. Right now that status is not there. I have to know, I have to do, and then I can become Mrs. So it's called apraptasya prapti. That which I don't have and I need to get, I have to know and I have to do. Is it okay? And the second is called praptasya prapti. What is praptasya prapti? Now, a lot of ladies would have had experience. They have their beautiful chains and all that, and then there will be a locket, and small, nowadays no one has those big heavy lockets, a small locket. And many times it happens, hey, where did that locket go? Has it happened? It would have gone backside. But you will wonder, where is it? Or the chain itself is not felt, and then you feel, where is it? And then that little baby in the family, he'll say, hey, mummy, it is right. You get it? So where was it? It was prapta or aprapta? It's already there. All you have to do is what? Know it. Now this, I don't know how you put it inside you and all that. Atma prapti falls into what category? Apraptasya prapti or praptasya prapti? We have heard this also many times and all, and yet we feel we have to do something. Is it true or not? Praptasya prapti, only jnanam. That is why I say only jnanam cha dhyanam cha. That's it. What was said? Only jnanam. Very difficult to get this point. We keep on saying, what do I do? What do I do? Tell me practical ways, how to do, what to do, when to do, why to do. You get this? So here it is said that now we have come to a stage where what? We want to know. Okay. So then we ask the next question, can Atma be known? Why is this not mala not available to you? Because of ignorance. It's already there. The only reason it's not available is because of ignorance. So ignorance can be removed by what? Only by knowledge, not by doing. I start doing Hanuman Chalisa, I will not get the mala. If I start doing japa, I will not get the mala. Very clear. I go to Tirtha Sthana, I will not get it. I will go to an astrologer, I will not get it. Finally what? I have to know. All I have to do is know. It's so simple and that becomes so difficult to understand. Agree? No. If I want to know and ignorance is the only cause, then where is ignorance? Next question. Come on. Ignorance is in my mind. So knowledge has to happen where? My mind. So is the mind required? Come on. Mind is required? Chintyameva tata. You have to have your mind. You can't say no mind required. No, you need the mind. But can you know it by the mind? No. Why? Why can't you know the Atma with your mind? Why can't you? See, we say object and all that because this is again herd knowledge. Let me explain this to you. So you have to try to do it, then you will understand what exactly is the meaning of that. Otherwise, we only say object is again the herd knowledge. Remember, as far as Vedanta is concerned, no, don't repeat herd knowledge because it doesn't help. This example will help. There was a king and he had a very terrible spoiled brat of a child. So normally someone used to take care of him, but one day that person said, I am going away, I resign from your this because this guy is impossible to manage. So the king said, okay, there was no queen. So he said, okay, fine, I'll manage him for the day. Let me take him to the court. So our guy went in the court, this little prince. And the king also sat and the prince sat next to him. And the prince said, I want an elephant. Well, we have elephants and all. No, I want him in the court. But the door will not be large enough for the elephant to come. I want an elephant in the court. King indulgent and all that. Okay, my only child and all. Break the door. Bring the elephant. So elephant was brought. Baby elephant. Okay, then what happened? He says, give me a bucket. Bucket is very easy. Bring a bucket. He says, put the elephant in the bucket. Then what did the father say? Now I understand how everyone's so sick and tired of you. Put this child in the bucket and throw him out. You understand? Can you put the elephant in a bucket? Atma is what? Infinite. Mind is what? Can you put that elephant into this? So you said, Swamiji, you can't put it in the bucket, elephant in the bucket, but you are still saying what? Think about it. No. Because ignorance is where? So knowledge has to happen where? So what type of a knowledge has to happen? The knowledge has to happen that Atma is Achintyam. That is the knowledge that has to happen. You understand? Achintyam. But Chintyam eva tata. You have to understand and realize that Atma cannot be thought of. But this attempt, that is called etad jnanam cha dhyanam cha. You understand? This attempt to do that. That is called meditation. Attempt to know the Atma, attempt to realize that it is Achintyam and this. Not words, not as words, but as the realization. You understand the difference between words and realization? Bolo. Supposing I say Alka. Everyone has heard it, but there will be one Alka. If there is an Alka in the audience, will say, me. You get the point? Now when I said Achintyam, none of you thought of it as me. Did you understand this? But when you understand that Achintyam, Ahamasmi. Got it? Then what are you doing? You are doing chintyam. Of what? Achintyam. Okay? Everyone? No? How do you think of Atma? That I am the subject. I am not an object. I am the subject. That is how I am achintyam. That's why so many words are given, na? What? Akhanda, anadi. Take up any word, you will come to the same. What? Aham akhandaha, aham anadi, aham brahmaha, aham achintya. Everything should become what? I am that. Is that understood? And then this comes pakshapata vinimu. Aha, what a beautiful phrase. Can you underline that? What is the meaning of it? Please don't read the commentary. By tomorrow we will take this. Till this time, till this verse, read the commentary of and come back tomorrow. पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ